Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm in the cold garage. I don't know what the temperature is outside. I think it might be about 25 or 28. It's actually warmer than it has been in a few days. And I'm not going to fire up my heater because it's too noisy. Wanted to show you what I'm working on today. It's a Craftsman Snow blower. You can see it's not very old, maybe just a couple years. I didn't read the date code on it. And it's a Chinese engine. I don't really have thoughts anymore really about these Chinese engines too much. The customer's complaint is that it will crank, but it won't kick over. So I'm going to shut this off now, and I'm going to check out to see what his complaint is and if it's legit. Although the customer is telling you what he thinks is the problem, it won't start, it won't kick over, it won't turn over, it won't fire. Basically, those terms could mean a number of things. So you need to verify the complaints, but go through the basics. The very first thing that I do whenever I get it is I check the oil to make sure that there's oil in there. If you make the repair and don't address the low oil or black oil or no oil situation, then the mower breaks or the snowblower breaks on them whenever they're running it, and immediately they say it's because your repair made it fail and break. So I went ahead and grabbed my little meter, and this thing should pick up any kind of spark whatsoever. And you can see there's nothing. It's zero. It didn't even move. Okay, so I'm checking the wiring now, and I want to make sure that the switch isn't bad. And touch this and see what kind of noise we get. Okay, I'm touching the other side and I don't have any noise whatsoever. If I pull this key out, that should change. And it does. But what I'm doing now, if you can see, is I'm pulling this apart. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this wiring and see if I can find anything where the wires are broken or shorted or anything like that, and I'll get back with you to what I found. Okay, so I've got this tore apart. I went ahead and looked at the coil, and I don't find any faults physically with the coil at all. No burnt wires, no frayed wires, nothing broken. All connections are good. The resistance looks pretty good as far as the wires are concerned. It's got to be the coil. And I went ahead and I placed an order for them. You can find these online. This specific one covers almost all these Chinese engines. I called the local parts store just to see if they might have one in stock. And as soon as I gave him the part number, he said, "That's an MTD coil for a snowblower, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." And he says, "I don't have it because I just used one." He says, "I have a snowblower. It's 4 years old, and the coil went out." And I said, "Guess what? I have on my bench a snowblower that's 4 years old, and the coil went out." So I'll be replacing that, and I'll get back with you with an update. Okay, so I've been waiting for some parts, and I think they came in. So let me run to the mailbox and pick them up, and hopefully I can get this snowblower back together. And there it is. Woohoo! We got it. All right, let's go ahead and break this thing open and see if they got me the right part. I got this from eBay, and it's not the best packaging I've ever seen. So far, it looks good. And you can see, they look like twins to me. Both legs are trying to be magnetized at this point towards that magnet, so now I'll place that card in there. And it looks like it's pretty good where it's at. I'll go ahead and hit this real quick with the impact. It's just not real tight though. I just bump it a couple times. And a little bit more here. Now let's see how this works. That's how you set the air gap. Since this has an electric start, I can check to see if I'm getting good spark. And then you can see the spark tester there. And I'll go ahead and hit the electric starter, and you can see it's got spark then. And you can see it jumping around. Okay, a note I'm putting in this blower housing. You have to tilt it slightly, put it directly in the front and up. That's because of this tab right here has to go under all of that there. A couple springs and the governor arm. Whenever you're putting all this back together, be real careful, and it's always a good idea to reach in there then and check to make sure that your carburetor linkage is still moving freely. Went ahead and put some fuel in it, so let's go ahead and see if this thing will fire up, and then I'll check the safety switches to make sure they're working. Okay, it's a little bit darker out. I had to stop and get something to eat. I hadn't eaten all day. Just fired up. And there we go. Let's go ahead and put this table down. I can't unfortunately show it plowing snow because you can see in typical Ohio fashion it's now rainy and 50 degrees today. I had some people want to know how this table went down, so I'll show that, I guess. I've got it locked in the up position right now. Let's see here. I don't know, the lighting's pretty bad. Put that up and go ahead and drop it down. And table goes down. Go figure that out. Makes it convenient because I'm getting too old to be doing it the other way. Here's one of the benefits of having a lift table at your house. If you do a lot of small engine stuff, it really pays off to have it. Just as easy as that. Something else that I'm real big on is having an 8-foot bed. It sure does make a difference whenever you're getting a lot of equipment in here. The one thing that I noticed on this, like I've noticed on a lot of Chinese engines, they do lack in some of the engineering aspects, the small details. So like in this case, the governor rod can be affected by so many different things that are passing by it. That's just an engineering design that they probably didn't think out whenever they were copying it off of Honda or whoever they may have copied it off of. And as always, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, click like or subscribe. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.